All right, peace, love, and light to the family. I'm Soul Transmissions. I'm here to just give you a little breakdown on what I found out today. Well, it's not really what I found out today, but it's something that has been solidified in my mind, at least. Um, there is cloning going on, as we all should know by now. I was watching a video earlier on one of my channels on Facebook that I like a lot. It gives a lot of information. Free Your Minds. A lot of good info in there. I was looking at a video. The video is a few years old, but it spoke on a lot of the things that they're doing with cloning. And of course, you know, the sheep was cloned in 1996, I believe. And you know, they've been cloning cats, dogs, all kinds of animals. And I'm sorry for you chicken eaters, but they got to be cloning chickens. There's not that many chickens in the world. I say this shit all the time. Like restaurants, the little mom and pop restaurants, the store, supermarket, you know, the Crown Fried and the rest of the poison. There can't be that many chickens in the world. If anybody has been on a farm or knows people who own a farm, you know how long it takes chickens to grow. So where they getting all these fucking chickens from? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I stopped eating chicken about maybe 6 years now. And I stopped because of things I saw on Facebook with Purdue and you know, the injections and all the shit that they do to it. It's like, I don't want to eat that. And kind of made me go on this vegan tip for a little while. But I lost a lot of weight. And, you know, I look good. At least I think so. But what happened is I just didn't feel like I was getting enough enough protein and building muscle. I lost a lot of muscle because I was really muscular at one point, and then I lost a lot of that. So I started eating fish again, but I do eat fish. I'm a pescatarian, and that's pretty much the only meat I eat. But that's neither here nor there. What it is the fact that they're cloning human cells. I mean, we may not want to think that they are, but they are. You know, it's not just some movie shit. We watch Resident Evil, we watch Walking Dead, we watch I Am Legend, we watch any of these movies and we don't think that none of it is real. Planet of the Apes. We think that these things and these sciences have not been tested or are not being done. If we know anything, we know that the military gets all of the technology first, and then when it becomes obsolete to them, that's when the general public gets it. We should know this by the television in the 1930s. Okay, Hitler was using this on the so-called Jews. 1939 or 38, I believe. So where we got television in the 50s here in America, they had already had it for 20 years. So the technology was old by then, and that's my point. The things that you see in movies, usually they've already either begun production of these things or they've done the science to it. And I don't really have time to prove any of that. I'm not here to prove any of that. I'm just here to give you a solar transmission, something that, you know, I get from time to time just from my own inner understandings, as well as study, and as well as what has been given to me, the gifts that I've been given, that I came here with. Okay. So back on this cloning thing. Now, people really don't have any idea of what science is doing or how far we are advanced in science. So I'm just going to give you a basic understanding of that. Now, if you don't really get it, you should go and watch the video, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. Go to Facebook, Free Your Minds, FREEYUR, MINDZ, and it's the first post. So you should see that. It was the post today, as a matter of fact. And I'm just scrolling through and I saw it and I'm like, wow, this is kind of deep, because most people don't think this shit is going on. So then we bring it back to, like I said, about the chickens. What are you really eating? You know what I mean? I mean, all the food is messed up. The pesticides on the plants, and I mean, you really can't escape certain things. I mean, you really can't escape a lot of things unless you are self-sufficient, unless you got your own land, unless you live in a bubble. Because I mean, the air is twisted, the water's twisted, and truth be told, it's almost time for a reset. So everything you're seeing going on now is gonna stop very soon. I don't know, well, let me not say very soon, but let's just say that it won't last too much longer. And neither will any of these ideas of this country, or let me say the United States, because it's not really a country, but that's another topic for discussion. What I want to discuss is the fact that we live in this bubble and think that the world has not progressed in the past 40 or 50 years, which is nonsense. The science that we are dealing with is so obsolete. Like, there's cures for cancer, there's cures for AIDS, there's cures for all different kind of things that plenty of these herbalists and these naturopaths and rest their souls, because a lot of them were killed within the past 5 to 10 years. And I say killed. I don't say, died or any of that, because a lot of them died under shady circumstances. So the idea for what we need to do is we need to pay attention to what's really going on in science. We need to really start looking at science journals. We need to really start looking at some of these documentaries. And some of these things that are posted on YouTube and Facebook, people just really, they bypass, but it's real. Like, it's just sad that we're in a space where people are so, what's the word? Oblivious to things that are actually going on. And the sad part about it is, when they look up, it'll be too late. You understand? So stop burying your head in the sand and really, really start to look at what's going on with your government, with your science, entertainment, anything that you're watching. They're telling you things, but you're not really paying attention. You're just being entertained, and that's fine. You can be entertained. It's cool. I like to be entertained myself. A lot of times I'm really studying and I'm really paying attention to what they're saying on an underlined level. And that's what I teach, by the way. I teach the nature of spirituality through metaphysics, which is a science that was developed thousands of years ago by our ancestors. And I've studied it to the point where I can picture everything, or I can rather see what's going on by using these principles taught by our ancestors. And I teach a class on it 3 days a week, 2 weeks. The class goes for about 2 weeks. It's for a basic understanding on spirituality and the nature of spirituality, and just nature in general, and how you can use spirituality and nature to benefit yourself in your life without having to be bogged down by belief systems or things that are just outdated. So you can hit me up at solartransmissions@gmail.com. SOLARTRANSMISSIONS, and you can hit me up if you're interested in the classes. The classes are Sunday, Mondays, and Wednesdays. I'm also about to launch a blog talk radio show. It's going to be really, really, really deep, and just general topics. We're going to get into some things that are pretty much, the popular things that are going on. This is separate from Soul Transmissions, but it's definitely going to be educational, and at the same time, where, you get a little entertainment out of it, and, you keep abreast on what's really going on. I'll have a co-host. The co-host might change from time to time, but there's one specific person that I love her energy, and I love, her insight on things. And, there's a couple of people that I have in mind for this. I have a brother as well that, gives me very good insights that, we're always combating each other, which is good, steel sharpens steel. So, just looking out for that. I'll keep you posted on that. But we need to pay attention to what's really going on with science. We need to pay attention to what's really going on with entertainment and movies and what they're really trying to tell us. And we have to get more involved in the aspects of the underlined story. Not the story that they're giving you, the story that you see under it all. Because what they want you to see is what they want you to see. But you have to be able to see something different. You have to be able to get into the underpinnings of what is being told to you. And that's what metaphysics is. Metaphysics deals with the unseen. Meta is beyond. Physics is physical. So beyond the physical. And that's what I teach. That's what I deal with. It's not some pseudo spooky kind of thing. It's based on science. It's based in science. And if you understand science, then you know that science runs the world. Science and math is life, period. So if you're not into science and math and you're into beliefs, good luck with that. I'm not mad at any of my people who are into the religions. You do what you do. You do what's necessary for you to get by. You do what's necessary for you to excel. But if you're believing this stuff and it doesn't really benefit you, it doesn't help you, you need to get rid of it. I actually have found benefit in understanding these principles. And they were brought forth by what Greeks called Thoth, or Hermes Trismegistus. But it was really brought forth by Tahuti, or Jehudi. The T and the J are interchangeable in Egypt, or Kemet, as it's called. But these principles are the foundations of nature. And once you understand what our ancestors was dealing with and high science and the reason why they were able to build pyramids and have these high cultures, you'll understand that this is what you need and not the nonsense. Because you'll be able to clean up exactly what it is that they're murking up. So, it's something that you should look into. I have a clear, clean-cut understanding of it, and I can teach it to you. So if you're interested, hit me up at solartransmissions@gmail.com, and we'll build. Until then, peace.